Hey guys! So today's video I will be showing you a few relatively quick and easy dread bun styles. These have been some of my favorite ways to wear my extensions lately, and this actually was requested on Instagram, so I thought that it would be fun to show you. Like I said, they're all relatively simple, and all that I use are just hair ties, but I have a few different types. I have this large hair tie that is like my favorite hair tie ever. Then I also have like regular size, normal size hair ties, but I sometimes use ones that are like extra stretchy, and then I sometimes use ones that are like not as stretchy, just kind of depending on how secure I want things to be, you know? Then the last type of hair tie that I use are basically headbands. Again, I have some that are bigger and some that are smaller, and again, it's just for if I want things to be a little bit more secure, or if I'm not too worried about it, then I have this one as well. Aside from the hair ties, the only other thing that I use is of course mirrors, and I like to have a handheld one for checking everything to make sure that it looks good. And of course, please don't worry, I still do have the cropped one. I just haven't been using it lately because the like in front of me mirror that I've been using is this. And so trying to like see things really well in a really tiny mirror, I use this one that I got from a subscriber actually. So shout out to Darcy for this. Thank you so much. I use this all the time. Before we get started, I'll say that these extensions are from Nvcl3ar Bvtt3rfly. I'll have all the links and everything below. And I'll also say that they are wool, they are mostly pencil thin, and they are around 16 to 22 inches. So all the styles that I'm about to show you will in theory work for all dread types, and of course extensions or otherwise. But sometimes length does play into which styles work or are easy to do, and sometimes thickness does as well. And then of course wool versus synthetic in terms of the material of the extensions. Wool is generally a little bit easier to work with. Synthetics can be on the stiff side, not always, but they can be. But wool is very floppy. I can't think of the word. They just go all over. I don't know, squishy? That's not the right. I think you guys understand what I mean. So I just wanted to give those specifications of this set just in case anybody's curious. But like I said, all of these styles can work on different dread types. So with that all said, let's get into the tutorials. So for this one, I would either go for the large hair tie or for the normal size hair tie that's extra stretchy. And so I'm gonna go with this one right now. Basically what you do is you just gather everything up, and then you are going to pull everything through. And I like to kind of keep my hands around the extensions as much as I can. And you're just going to like stop halfway, pretty much. And so this looks pretty goofy, and it's usually lopsided and uneven. So I try to just adjust things by pushing things under and through the hair tie to just get stuff even. Sometimes I'll take the ones that have come off and just tuck them back under that. Sometimes I do leave some, kind of adds to it. I just sort of keep adjusting and pushing things through. Kind of want it to look like a squid or mushroom. So this one, despite being like the most technically simple one, has ended up to be something that's like a little bit difficult for me to get it to look right every time, just in terms of the adjusting that I do to try to get it to look the way that I want it to. Also because it kind of looks different every time that I do it. And more recently, I haven't been able to get it to look right, just for whatever reason. But here are some other examples of me doing just exactly this bun style of basically just the half-done ponytail. In my opinion, these look better than the one that I just did right now for you guys. But like I said, it just looks different every time, and that's kind of the fun of it, is you can just make it look like a different bun just by pulling it out a little bit more, or vice versa by not pulling as much of the bun out, and just kind of futzing with it until it looks the way that you want it to. But yeah, that's this one, this bun, the one that ended up being my most worn with this set, except for the next one that I'll show you, which is the bun that I do to shower, or if I just really want to get everything just neatly out of the way. So you guys have seen this one on my channel a few times. I actually showed it back in 2016, and more recently you can see it in my install upkeep video that I posted like a tiny bit ago. And for this one, we'll be using the large headband. So what we're gonna do is we're going to take everything up, gather it kind of high on the head. I like to hit kind of my crown. And then we're just gonna start twisting it and then laying it down. Then try to tuck the end just in right there. I like to press my palm flat on the top with this already on my arm, and then just pull it down, twist it, kind of keep pressing, have this one press more, and then pull around like that. So I always have little ones pop up, and so I just tuck them back in. Back section usually looks a little bit weird, so of course take my mirror and I check it. Do some adjusting in the back, tuck all of the little bits in wherever they fit and will stay. The where they'll stay part is the tricky one. And that's it, you're done. So this one is a lot quicker for me, despite being a little bit more complex technically than the other one. And like I said, of course the trick with tucking the little ends is finding a place where they will stay tucked in. Okay, that's better. But I'll do a spin for you guys. And I think this one is a little bit uneven. Doesn't really bother me, but of course if you wanted it to be like an even thickness all the way around, then you would just need to kind of be a little bit extra careful with your twisting and placing. Awesome. So moving on to the next dread bun, and I actually like taking this one out. I don't know why, because it just pops out like that. The next one that we're going to do is, of course, we're going to start off with the high pony. I always do mine in the high pony. I just like having buns at that part of my head. For this one, I'm going to grab my more stretchy, normal size hair tie. And so we're going to grab everything in a ponytail, and then what I'm going to do is pull stuff in just like that. So we're going to have like a little ball, little dread ball up here. But what we're going to do is we're going to split the tail of the dreads, and I'm going to wrap this around here and then tuck everything in right there. Not everything stays every time, that's to be expected, and that's okay, because we're going to take the other half of the tail, wrap around, and then find somewhere to tuck it in. Here feels good. Maybe not good. So this one takes a little bit of extra work, some kind of patience, I guess, some effort into figuring out, okay, where will things fit, where can they go, how can I tuck this in without untucking everything else. Just try to get things, just stick them in there, just get them in there. Kind of what I was going for. So I'll spin around for you guys so you can see what it looks like. But I also want to try a couple more times to see if I can get it to look how I've done it before. So let's do it. So I'm going to try it with the tighter hair tie now, just to see if that makes a difference. Like I said, some of these are relatively simple and easy. Like, in theory, this shouldn't be that difficult, but in practice it's turning out to be a little bit difficult. Ooh, this feels better. We'll see if we can make it look how it's supposed to. so this one isn't bad. It's a little bit, I don't know. So we'll just spin around. The back looks different than I'd want it to. And I'll insert this clip here of, I'm pretty sure this is the same way that I did this bun, but looking at it now, I'm not super sure. I can't really remember how I did it, which is really frustrating because I like it and I want to do it again. So I'm sorry that I can't like show you the tutorial of this specific bun right now, but the way that I just showed it here, the way that I've been attempting a couple times to get this right, is I'm pretty sure the same process, the same way. So yeah, but anyway, let's move on from this dread style and get into the next one. This next one that I'm going to show you is basically like the inverse of the first one that we looked at. And so instead of, you know, pulling everything up and having a dread bun like this, we're going to pull everything and have it be the opposite way, like this pretty much. We're going to take this one. And the way that I've been doing it when I have done it is I'll kind of fold everything like that. Just try to grab it like that. Just put it right there. And then you're done. Yeah. I kind of like this look, having everything kind of like come out and to the side a little bit like that. I think it looks kind of cute. I think it's like a kind of like 90s, early 2000s ponytail style, but it's like a dread bun. So I will spin for you. So another way that you can do this is if you grab the ponytail with your hand upside down, flip everything in front of your head, and then pull it through a little bit. And that way you end up with longer pieces that kind of cover the bun like this. Kind of like a ponytail. So this one is basically the inverse of the first one that I showed you, where you have all of your little squid tentacles on top instead of underneath. Oh, and I don't think I mentioned, but I had grabbed the normal version hair tie that was not as stretchy, and so this one is definitely more secure that way. So the last dread bun style that I want to show you guys is the dread bun pigtail style. And it's basically just taking the same concept of the donut bun and just doing it twice, but little, on your head. And so we'll see if I can get this to look okay. Also, I forgot to talk about these hair ties, but they're like this. They're stretchy, they're like a thicker band that like rolls up. I've had these forever. So we'll see how the other one looks, if I can do this at all. I kind of don't think this is gonna look right. So these actually aren't the worst dread buns that I've ever done in my life, but they are not the best. But this is kind of just for demonstration purposes only. I'm not too worried about these looking perfect right now. I just want to tuck these dumb ones in. Come on, get the fuck in there. I'm gonna see if I can redo this one to get it look a little bit better. We like almost had it. It's like maybe a tiny bit better. So I think you guys get the idea on this one on how to do it. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll take one of my tighter headbands, and so you see how this one is kind of just like off to the side, this one is more up. It'd be cool if they were maybe closer together like that, but I'll just use the headbands to keep them closer together. That can help a little bit just to get them more in place if that's how you want them to be. So yeah, that's it. That's my dread bun styles tutorial that I have for you today. Like I said, and as you saw, they're all relatively simple, although some of them do take a little bit of extra work. Also, please comment down below and let me know which dread bun style was your favorite. So thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget that you can follow me on all of my social media platforms like Instagram and Twitter. I'll have them linked down below. Feel free to subscribe if you're not already. Thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!